first 20. As we got older, Chris Williams.
Wow, so many Chris's. We're going to talk about all the Chris's. There are so many things to talk about, too. We've come so far from hour one. I mean, I want to be your Mr. Rogers. I want to be your Bob Ross. I want to be your everything. I want to be a religious guru. Or, let's just take it easy. Let's just ski. Folks, this is the episode that if the home office had a board and it was connected to all of us and our GPS devices, they would see, oh my gosh, 325, he's just not even in the zone. He's just got on a lift and he's just out. It's free skiing. He's just doing his own thing. He's dancing his own steps. This guy doesn't want to be a teapot anymore.
And then I came along in July in 1968.
Well, isn't that something? So stay tuned for that, because the only thing that can come from that is adventure or bad. Bad can come of that. But I'm not telling. I'm not going to give spoiler alerts of the show in the show that I'm actually doing in the beginning. That's crazy. Also, I did some sleuthing just for the show because I love you, and I found something. It's all for you. It's all I do is think about what can I do for you, because I want to be the only informational radio podcast newscast that you'll ever need ever again. That's right. This is Hot Roll, the only informational podcast that you'll ever need, hosted by me, Communication Ninja 325.
Maybe Joanne was 8 to 10, so I must have been just becoming a 13-year-old maybe when I started to. When she was already swimming, and I would just watch them swim.
We begin today with 325, just chatting it up with,
I wasn't swimming.
Pretty sure nobody.
I just watched them swim, and at the end of the year, they had a swim meet. And anybody who wanted to swim could swim. And
I beat all the kids by a margin, and I really loved it. Well, one of the kids was the swim coach's son.
His name is Chris.
And he was pretty pissed about it because it was breaststroke, and he had he was old at that point.
Can I get a call on Silver Road to retrieve a ski out of a
I just knew. You talk about, I just knew how to do it. I just had good swim lessons.
10-4, stand by.
Chris Thorham. That was the swim coach's son's name.
Well, years later, we got to be good friends.
Chris Thorham.
And I'm like this big shot that wants to be this great musician someday. And he says, yeah, well, I got these songs. Maybe you might be impressed with them. And now, they're just some of the best songs.
If I want to start playing music, here's a Chris Thorham song.
And I had my little studio, and he would come in and just bang these songs out. And it was beautiful. I got to play on some of them, but for the most part, anytime I did, my part would just ruin the song. See? So, someone should redo this song. It's a nice song.
Maybe you were wrong in everything. Yes, I surely was. Maybe I was wrong for you. Yes, I surely was. You can run away.
These songs are actually better. I think there's a heart to them. You know, he's really hurting on this one. He used this song to actually work out some serious stuff he was going through on the path to his new and beautiful wife.
I don't know why the song makes me cry.
I just said I don't know why this song makes me cry, because I was thinking about it, and this song it's such a sad song when you have to make changes you know you have to make. And you're so fat and comfortable, but you gotta make the change, man. It's not right. And they knew it. And he knew there was this other beautiful beautiful woman waiting out there for him, and he had to shake this one. And she had to go marry the paper that her parents were expecting. So sad.
Little girl walking on a back street, keep your eyes on the ground. Heaven held in hands that you can't keep, raise your hands to the clouds. Whispers hold the secrets that you won't keep, is your head spinning round. Little girl flashing on the back streets, keeping near to the ground.
This isn't a show that's about me. It's just, I have to have this narrative, this timeline to keep a consistent format for you. And to make it interesting,
Chris Thorne.
and to present Chris Thornham's music, to present some music and some things that you otherwise wouldn't hear, whether you like it, or not. I'll make the original version available to you.
Later on.
But the 80s are really super big in right now. And when we were in the 80s, the 50s were in. The Fonz in the 50s were on TV, and the Jetsons were a 50s family in the future. I don't know. They were still 50s. There was a 50s vibe about everything. Laverne and Shirley had sort of a grown-up 50s, but they still had that 50s vibe. This real, true breakup song.
I mean, way out of my zone. Way. If my bosses could talk to me, they'd be like, Gib, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you out of zone? Well, it's a chain of events that put me here.
Yeah, a chain of events. Your Honor, a chain of events took me completely out of zone. Your Honor, I just didn't want to be a teapot any longer. Life creates its own designs, Your Honor. I just didn't want to be a teapot any longer. So you can see how I was just always really impressed with this really good friend who I must have mentioned it, but at some point, was like, hey, Gib, you probably shouldn't mix that bleach and ammonia together. I didn't know. I was too. How am I supposed to know? I came from a world where I thought everything, was safe. We're all traveling at the safe speed. Even if we crashed, we're still safe. They figured that out. Even if you mixed everything under your sink together and drank it, you'd probably, it wouldn't be good. But I just came from this world of butterflies and rainbows that I didn't know that, people don't mix chlorine and ammonia. Don't pee in the pool. That's what happens when you pee in the pool.
Hello there, good sir. Woo! I know, my face is like burning, like this morning, even after all of my sort of facial treatments.
You can imagine, this is one of the ninjas that wear red.
My face.
It's too moist.
It's just, I don't know, what is it?
They're kind of like us, but they don't tell people to slow down.
Hi.
You have this, like the hair, it doesn't have a face like mine.
Okay, I'm sneaking over here. Sorry, probably shouldn't have done that.
And they have to stand to the map a long time.
Look at that.
Brutally too long.
Well,
Good.
here I am. I am out of zone. I want you to know.
Right, insurance.
You don't know because you're not in my department. If you were in my department, you'd be like,
What the hell?
hey, what the hell? You're way out.
This guy's one of the lead employees
I'm telling you what, I tell people to come down here
for the
all the
hosts,
time.
or ninjas,
And this
as
is
they're
the
called.
day that I'm going to come and take a look at where I'm sending.
You need a tour?
Yeah, tell me what's
He
that.
gives the
How
tours.
do you do this? Like, can you get to Silver Star from here? Can I get to the base from here?
Super nice guy.
Isn't this a terrain trap down here?
Absolutely, yeah, we say yes to all that.
I thought we'd go over the hard ones first. But that was
It
the...
always starts off with, okay, green, blue, or black.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they go black, and then I say, well, all right. You guys really pretty strong skiers? Because Erica's got a real tough drop down the top. I go, well, blue. So
Erica sounds like the other side of the...
it is.
Is
yeah.
it?
You got Erica's and Willie's. Gotcha Cutoff, which is the switchback road.
So,
you get here.
I could... this is not just gotcha cutoffs. You can also...
Baby
access
has been better than ever.
and Willie's.
I want you to know that, we have had to really dial in on what she eats and how it goes down, and she still has some, the fits, but there have been some breakthrough days that give some hope that, and that's the worst right there. So I'm not complaining. A baby that might be a little colicky, no, that's fine. We are so grateful, folks. And she is so beautiful. People have been sending her Harry Potter outfits, onesies, these beautiful outfits that she looks, they're so classy. And to think that she's going to wear those someday, it's just the sweetest thing. And she knows me, she knows people who know her, and she just is so smart with like her little feet. Even like when you're trying to get her little feet out of her onesie, right? To, change her. She just knows what to do. She's coordinated and is with the program. I like that. I like the lights on. The grandmas have started to come in, and it's really helpful. Next week we're going to have Sister is going to be staying the whole night. She's going to do an all-nighter and watch baby because she knows that how much that helps us, and it does.
I don't want to blow up right by it. So
It's far.
Mom's at grandma's right now, and they're having the gay old time up there. Who knows what they're doing?
Down? What's Spiro?
Spiro's the lower of the two.
Oh, I see.
Spiro's sometimes not groomed.
Oh, okay.
It's just a fork in the road. Doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. Still a same grade as Temptation.
I see.
It might.
We've got Aunt Sally and other relatives coming into town, so there's going to be that sort of parade of. Even though I don't like moving baby around in this day and age, it's hot right now outside, super hot, 104 degrees in some places. And these are the most dangerous days on the road, they call it. These are the days that people die on the roads because people are not making good choices out there. That's fine, we can expect that, but it's our fault if we don't make choices to prevent us from being in their path. And, that means not taking baby to the store all the time, or we don't have to take baby everywhere we go. But some people would just think, but yeah, they would. I don't want to let her out of the house ever. I'm very protective. The dog is even more protective. But that dog will go right, has no problem letting people know, look here, stay away from the baby. He is such a good dog. He knows he's second fiddle now, but he's been really good. What is about to happen here is one of my favorite moments on the hill. This guy just showed me this secret spot, Corcovelle, that they all like to ski between the trees. There's these powdery bumps. He just said, go for it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here I am. Forbidden.
Of my dawn.
I'm loving it.
Walk, we run, play all day. Once was a puppy, and he grew, yes he grew, into a very good boy. Each night when I kiss him on the blade,
Corcovelle.
I know that he's thinking of
Holding on to that line.
Each night when I pet him from his nose to his paintbrush tip tail, I know.
Yeah, it doesn't quite do it for me either. You just had to. Yeah, Corcovelle. You have to be there for that.
Once was a puppy, then he grew, yes he grew, into a very good.
This is why people love skiing. People love skiing because you have to think super fast while you're super tired.
He sometimes goes out, comes right back.
And I blasted down and got way ahead of him and was not even.
And
I completely lost track of that guy, which is that's just not courteous at all. He was showing me this run and I got way carried away. I was like a dog, just like you just put like forbidden food in front of me and I just get rid of the evidence. When I started this job, we said, you can only ski these areas, and I said to myself, I will never ski the place where I love to ski the most, and that's Thames.
I know, I did. I love the bump. I haven't skied bumps like for 2 seasons. I have forsaken Thames. That's basically Thames.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's what I wanted to tell you. I've been forsaking Thames.
Boy, that's a new fun little hill.
Oh.
My skis are barely short enough to handle it.
Yeah, whatever, your skis. We are forbidden to ski ungroomed black, which puts Thames on the list. Now, this hill that we just skied was a little bit lower down the canyon, but still the same slope and sort of angled toward the sun. And these bumps are they just come. People, the bumps sometimes just happen because of nature, because of just, And so you have to turn. You have to think fast. Super fast while you're super tired. And it ends up making you feel good.
No good for you. Watch out. No good.
But it's on the way toward this adventure that we're going on to Silver Star. You had to take it.
I'm thinky likey.
Your Honor, it was a chain of events.
All kinds of fun places on the hill.
Yeah.
Chain of events.
Check them out so we know
You
what
guys,
to recommend.
you guys know the.
Of course you call
Oh,
Those
yeah.
those
What's
ninjas
that?
do.
What's
They
that?
really do
Seems
know
like
the
a strange
mountain
name
really
for a
well.
run.
Rockwell?
Unless
And the
it somehow has
guests
some
and their
kind
own
of
way
mining-
of sort of dealing with the
It's our
guests.
sister resort in France.
Ah, good. Okay.
And that's what he just said. That's what Corcoville means.
I
Is
can go
there's
along with that. That's cool. I didn't know we had
a run at Park City to honor our
Right
sister
over right away and check it
Corcoville.
out.
I suppose at Corcoville there's some run called Park City.
I actually don't
I don't know.
My wife's company is owned by a French company,
Yeah.
and she goes. I'm not saying I get to go very often, but one day, maybe in the winter, maybe she'll take me along on one of her.
When I wanted to condense the life narrative, the first 10 is really easy to do. It's just, it's more facts than anything. You don't remember anything.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
And I started to look at so I'll do that and just sort of nutshell those 10. And I thought, well, I went to this school, Leo J. Muir, and we had the song. And I thought, I'll sing the song, Leo J. Muir, the school of our youth, la da 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 da. And we would say the Pledge of Allegiance as a whole school. We'd all march outside and say the pledge. There was this statue of some guy named Leo J. Muir, and we would sing the song, Leo J. Muir, the school of our... And it was this weird school. It was an experimental school. Now I find out you knew it because it was this big round spaceship looking thing. And that there were no classrooms. It was all this big round thing, and all the rooms, classes were just sort of separated in different parts of the roundness, and somehow it didn't bother anybody.
I just can't imagine.
I don't know. I was a guinea pig. What are you gonna do? Seemed to work. I don't know. I'm the product of public schools. I seem to work out okay.
Ugly Americans have arrived. What did we do? So that
Then
was
I
over
look
there,
up this
right?
guy. I thought, well, who is this Leo J. Muir? Like, it was just such. Why do we have to sing these songs about it? Maybe I should look him up, and my listeners would be interested. And he was born on March 9th, 1880, in Woods Cross, Utah. Yada yada, family farm, 9th child, and blah blah blah. He married Effie May. Yada yada. There's this picture of him. He's very sort of got this smug look on his face. It's pretty he actually looks pretty tough and scary. And you read on one occasion, here it is. When he first became principal, the students were very, very unruly, and he was forced to use physical punishment on students in order to restore peace to the school. All right, already your eyebrows are lifting, right? Many times the faces of the girls were white with fear as they saw Mr. Muir thrash the boys for the offenses they had committed.
Yesterday I had to push myself with one of those times.
On one occasion, one of the boys came to class drunk, and Mr. Muir threw him down the stairs.
Kind of pull it out.
The Leo J. Memorial stairs.
We don't like ideas.
God, telling him not to return to class. Well, he probably didn't. He probably, after that fall down the Leo J. Muir Memorial stairs, never returned to class or alcohol again.
Like that.
But as a teacher and disciplinarian, Mr. Muir gained the respect and administration of the entire community. And he goes on to name a school after him. His lifetime was devoted to the establishment of educational facilities and smoothing the path of young people who fall downstairs during their education. Let me smooth your path for you. I didn't even try on that one.
And right through my seat.
I have been lied to all my life. Been singing songs about these awful people. And I mean, I didn't even have to dig that up. That is from the Davis School District, like straight from their school's website. They pay never. There's nothing else on this guy out there except for that. So at least they're honest enough to tell us that if you read between the lines, in this day and age, that guy, what you'd call somebody in jail.
Up on the receiver, let's get caught up in the fever. Unwind, need up, never slow down, never stop, never slow down. Busted, diamonds didn't free her, rusted, chains of deceivers. Speed up, never slow down, never stop, never slow down. Busted, crime of the season, trusted, just like little reason. Speed up, we gotta hold down, never slow up, never.
See, we stick the skis in the snow to make an X when someone's hurt and someone's falling down the stairs.
Someone came up to me yesterday and told me
somehow
exactly where she felt like a slow sign should be.
We just find them there. We're looking for people who are. Who knew that there was this whole other side of other people that are all hurting the people for all of us that want to go help hurt people.
But that's just like legally admitting we know there's a spot.
I could walk in half an hour. I could walk to where I was born. A half an hour I could walk to where the home that I was taken.
Struggling.
All kinds of people crashing into that. All right, here I go on my. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. It's open today, right? The lift. Okay. We're gonna have to call in and be like, 325.
Passion delivers the fruit that lives for eternity.
Oh yeah, okay, so it'll get me back on Temptation Contact here. And then to get to the resort center, I have to do Gotcha, huh? Is Gotcha open? It is? Oh.
So much to think about, the payoffs, the very least.
Dad bought our house for $15,000. We're just the end of the 70s, and that house is $500,000 $1 million house today. Well, I'll tell you about it, and I'll try and nutshell it. We went to that school. I was lied to all my life. That's your nutshell. What more do you want? Now, I went to that school. We sang the song about the guy who threw children down the stairs. Just the drunk ones, though. The ones with the alcohol problems. The other ones were spared. See, people think that alcohol... No, all it does is bring... Although I have heard that, God looks out for children, dogs, and drunks. It also sounds so made up because I had... My neighbors were the honeys. My friends were the badgers. I had honey badgers for friends. The honeys and the badgers, the roes, the Wentz. Will you remind me to talk about David Wentz? Yeah, I lived right across the street from him as a boy. Pete Ashdown, right next door to me. He went on to be somebody. on the hill that paved the way for the development that brought all the real estate values up, that, forced us out and made us, think we were all high and mighty because we trade our house in, and we did. And then we went and, began the 80s in Holiday. Right, so the part I'm leaving out now is the part where I burned down the entire mountain, and that mountain then subsequently becomes a multi-million-dollar golf course and luxury resort and homes galore. I'm gonna guess there's a ward house. It's beautiful, and we would go and cook bugs.
Done. Possible 1050 in the payday season pass ticket office, an adult male with rib
A lot of stuff not on the hill. A lot of lodge and ski. I mean, these people aren't even on the hill, and they're getting hurt today. I don't know what that is. So it's as if there's somebody out there. Excuse me. We had one of those 70s houses, if you can imagine the darker sort of brown brick, the A-frame, steep A-frame, and that sort of tint on the windows. You're seeing it, huh? You got that? So 70s.
Come on, baby, get the funk out. Come on, baby.
My dad even built a treehouse to look just like it behind it, so there was a mini version of it. And his friend called it Jim's Erection. I could never build something like that. He had some chops. He didn't think so, but better than I could do. Right? It's Ted Liggety's run. This run is named after Ted Liggety. It's called Liggety's Split. It's this neglected run that goes into people's fancy condos on the side of the golf course. And I'm like,
nobody around. The absolutely illegal run for me down.
they're just these huge moguls that have formed from people fighting through this to get there. They're not like pro. Ted Liggety didn't go, now I want a mogul there. Yeah, a mogul here. Did you get the mogul? Yeah. No. He couldn't even ski that. Nobody can ski this hill. It's just like, you know, it's like washboards. You know, when you hit washboards on a snowmobile. Nobody warned me that, after school, Oz a latchkey, so, just, yeah, sure, go over to their house. Well, no one ever said, no, they're going to be talking to the whole Mormon thing to you. No, it's better. Go to their Mormon stuff. Go to their sing-song, primary, all these after-school things they have lined up for. It's all just innocent. You're a little sunbeam, until one day your parents are up there on the stage and you're up there with them, and all your friends at church are out there, looking back at you, and they're whispering to you to say these words. I believe this is the true church. I believe it, dude. I believe that Joseph Smith is the true prophet of God. I believe it, and I say these words in the name of Jesus Christ, man. Serious, people. It's where it begins.
The other side of the golf course. The other side, over by the cemetery. Across from Prospector Condominium, number 279. I can see it from here. And I see the beautiful Three Kings condominiums that are on the other side of the golf course, and then all these trees where I learned to golf. My daddy taught me to golf there. Right where I'm skiing, right on the ski. Never knew. This is the run someday, huh? Whoa.
that song? I'm not gonna leave you. Let's see you try to stay.
On scene in the payday tickets office.
Yeah, good. How are you, friend?
Good, how are you?
Good.
This is the lifty, by the way. I guess you knew that, but
You patrolled 10 times, but not on that one.
Nope. Dude said it was groomed too. I'm like, this is not a groomed run. Oh, jeez.
Are you at King Kong?
Now, I just, I had a 1050 and then I ended up at King Kong and I thought, you know, I send so many people down to that Silver Star. It's Monday. I got nothing. I got to see what where I'm sending them. Because I don't know anything. I've driven up to here. And as a kid, there used to be a Silver King mine train. Yeah, and it would go right into the mountain over there. God, so neat over here.
Are there any other
Super
transports
quiet,
going
though,
on
huh?
these games?
Yeah, are you reading a book, or what do you do to kill the time?
Sometimes I just sit down.
Negative, not this time.
Uh-huh.
I just keep.
You got a friend there. Are you guys getting along? I guess? Yeah. You know his life story yet?
No. Been walking around. I play this book from my school off and listen to something.
Right. What else are you going to do? I wanted to eat at the cafe, but I'm not going to do it.
there's a cute little cafe just over there, and I do recommend it.
There would be people on my department that would be, what the hell were you doing? Well, I want to check. Well, you do that on your own damn time, buddy. This is serious business. So I better get going. You can report me if you have to, though. I won't get in too much trouble.
I wouldn't do that.
Thanks, Kyle. Did you grow up here?
Yeah, in Utah, now I'm quite sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I had a friend in school. She was an all-red. But long time ago. How are you?
Doing pretty good, you know?
Easy. Is that your name?
Well, I like to
I like it easy. Cool. I'll stick
All
with
red
it.
is,
All right, easy.
yeah,
Oh.
polygamous royalty here. And lovely people, especially the ones that have escaped. You know, there's a show now, Escaping Polygamy, that's on. I'm sure it's been on for a while, but it's just on my radar.
Well, here we are with the Silver Star lift.
You know, the full right-hand border of the resort. So off to the left is the whole resort. You can just see it.
Yeah, it brings back all these great memories from, there it is, 279. Can't see the number, but I know where it is on the golf course. Chris Williams. So the early years, 0 through 10, are going to be, you know, a lot of that. They had these lovely Christmas parties at their house. A big, just mansion that they got in Federal Heights, where all the retired, tenured professors and doctors live. And they found this house that is so haunted. I mean, it is so old and scary and 4 or 5 story and just, I mean, it's $1 million. They sold it, I think, ultimately for $6 million, and he bought it.
It might
for,
be just 3
like,
stories.
$1,000. So it's just, his dad was gas rights and oil attorney, and I think he had something to do with the creation of this resort. And then they had Chris, and so we were just the family. We would come up to Park City. That's what we would do. And I guess one day, we came up here. Williamsburg Hall. That was the bond. Still remember all that. I remember having a shirt that had a big 76 on it that I got in
Space Patrol, Tommy.
76.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Standing in the one
Space Patrol?
because with my mom for some reason.
Can we get a 1052 at the Marriott Roundabout with another 2-pack for a 39-year-old male complaining of some rib pain and difficulty breathing?
Yeah, that trip down the stairs can be tough. Hey, I hadn't even made it on the hill yet. So, the 70s were a great time. My dad was really into railroads and steam train. This locomotive he came upon this locomotive, and in my early life, 73, 74, he was, building as one of his legacies. This steam locomotive that's still the 618. It's still gonna, run. Sometime maybe this year, they said. And I'm just realizing now that the letters 618, as I've said, is also Gibb, and it's just this funny coincidence. My dad loved the name Gibb. In fact, he went for a while. He went as Gibb. Later in life, we can talk about that. And his Gibb years didn't work.
Open to the public.
Because they had that A-frame, we'd get the big Christmas tree. Always when we'd go to the Christmas tree place and be give us the tallest one, because it would never be tall enough for this huge A-frame that we had. And so Christmas was beautiful. And so when we moved in the, right about the turn into the 80s, then I set that hill on fire. That was me. You're gonna do it? Gotcha, cut off?
It'll just be new for me. It's all new. Great way to spend a Monday. Hardly anybody here. The sun is peeking through. I'd say 70% cloud cover. There's a nice refraction, or like a rainbow coming off of the clouds. All this different colored refracted light on the edges of the clouds. It looks like I painted. It's so unreal. I don't really see that very often. Maybe it's just my glasses or something, but oh yeah, I'll take my glasses off and see, so yeah. But beautiful nevertheless. Temperature's not a problem. Little flakes of snow here and there just to remind us it's still winter here.
I just remember when that time was happening, I loved the band Kiss and Charlie's Angels. Farrah Fawcett.
Hello.
I'd have done anything for Farrah Fawcett or Charlie or any of the Angels. My parents would let me stay up late. And Steve Austin, Man Barely Alive, $6 Million Man. Scooby-Doo.
Some people I know are Friday on, some people like you.
These shows about the 50s, the Fonz, Happy Days, then Laverne and Shirley, then that turned into, Pinky Tuscadero, then it went all into Christy McNichol, and then things just, for me anyway, just rested with Valerie Bertinelli for a while, and that was perfect.
You have to go faster, you won't make it. Why is it fucking slow, you guys? Seriously.
And so for those two worlds to come together,
I don't have a headache.
you can tell. Get a drink. You're off the clock. Jesus. So people knew, let's put those two together for sure. They're gonna have the cutest little kids in the world, and my God, they did. Look at Wolfgang. Look at them go. Love those. I love that whole family. I just do. I love them so much. I'm a huge fan, and I love them dearly. All of them as individuals.
Yeah, great day. Beautiful.
You know what it was? It was this beautiful moment that I got to see. It was made just for me at a Van Halen concert, and I saw over on sort of a pedestal Valerie Bertinelli with Wolfgang in her arms, watching the show. Gosh, it was so neat. Well, I bumped into Eddie once, and it just didn't go well. And that's what the 80s was. There was a split in the culture. There was the rock and rollers, and then there was the new wavers. The new wavers were, doing the Duran Duran and all those bands. The English sound to them sounded like they were
mid-mountain
singing everything counts in large amounts. It sounded like they were doing that on purpose. Like that's not really. I don't know. It didn't appeal to me, is what I'm saying. I'm so sorry for those of you who love Depeche Mode and Morrissey.
Really, end of the day, they're not.
And all those great bands that were sort of happening, and there was this. You weren't supposed to. You couldn't. You were forbidden. You were one side or the other. You had to pick one side or the other. You couldn't be walking around singing Tears for Fears songs, wearing a Van Halen shirt, which I wore all the time, every single day, because they were the best band of the 80s, guys. All these other, and the Cars were good though too. They kicked off the 80s for me in music. The Cars. I got this bootleg. Here's this band. They're really good. There was CD, or it was it was a tape, and on one side it was the Cars, their first album. On the other side it was this band called the Lawyers, and they were great too. I loved them. Nothing happened to them. But yeah, my buddy at the time, Paul Croas, who's this awesome guy that I looked up to. He had this beautiful Les Paul. Loved the band Kiss. He knew everything about the band Kiss. So that just made him a god to me. Hey, here's this new band, The Cars. Oh man, I ran that thing. I bet I could, probably not. But I saved everything, so somewhere, it's out there somewhere. Right. The 80s, when we were living it, had no idea that we were living the same time that like the Fonzie was reenacting the 50s and all this cool stuff, and like someday people were going to think the 80s were cool, but they're thinking back to the future 80s. They're not thinking our 80s. Mullet hair 80s.
This isn't something I was looking for. This came to me, I guess, at some point just to do it. A lot of things are like that. I just decide this is just what I'm going to do. And do. Out of this notion that, every minute counts, every second. If, normally I'd just be sitting here on a chairlift, wasting time.
getting paid by an employer to sit on the pig, but go on. No, it's hard. Even this voiceover, I've been wanting to get the opportunity to do it, but it just can't. So it starts to hurt like you have to pee. You want to get this stuff out because I can't. Folks, I know you're saying, well, write it all down. Maybe it'd be a little. That's a different format. If you want scripted, if you want, some kind of me thinking all this stuff through, but this is stream of consciousness, so at the very least, I can listen to it back someday. It might like restart my brain. Oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about there. That's the. No, not really. Anyway, where was my stream of consciousness? Well, we went to some great concerts and saw these great bands that were still carrying the torch, even though the 70s, really, the music scene was getting a little bit too full of itself. And, the 70s was just looking too much at its belly button. And I think, hey, we're still out here. We want to rock along with you. We're right here with you. I want to rock right there with you. And now all these people are talking about how great the 80s were. And they were. And they're talking about sometimes the music is... man, these Come On Eileen is like the go-to song for whatever reason, or, there's like these songs where it's like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good song, and it's a great song, or Take On Me, come on, guys, I mean, that was like barely made it. When was that song? And yeah, it was a wonderful, captivating thing, but gosh, whatever happened to Night Ranger? And they're amazing things that they did. The movie Heavy Metal. Jeez, it just these things. Those are treasures of the 80s. And just the way things were, because everybody was so damn serious about everything. When you went to the airport, you'd go to the airport and you'd take people right to the plane. Walk them right to the damn plane now. Who even knows? I think that our host, he's trying to be, super poetic here by singing this, forbidden song about wasted time while he's on the clock, not even in his zone. I'm telling you. Which soundbite do you want to use here? You're probably all thinking that, blatant disregard for the corporate. No. I don't have to sit here and explain it to you. We're talking about the 80s. Every year, what was great about the 80s is this, man, it was the sweet spot for the early movie business when technology started to make things happen. Okay, like Star Wars on my 10th birthday or something like that. The Indiana Jones franchise.
It's gonna sneak in on your other side.
Close Encounters, all these great movies. And my dad couldn't wait to take us to all of them. Even the Bond ones, Octopussy, they thought was a good title for that movie. Through the 80s, with a happy family of 5, we were going on the trips to, old mining towns or Disneyland or great times. Moab, some of the beautiful places in Utah. It was our family of 5.
I'm gonna go up with you. I'll be sick.
Kids naturally fighting in the back.
just worked out
And I
that
had
way.
these two friends.
It just worked out that way.
We got one named Ham. The other one was named Rass. And we were sort of inseparable to some degree. It's weird when you're a group of three, because sometimes it can be 2 against 1, which is what it always was. I came in and they were already friends. And who's this guy? He's a Kiss fan. He loves Farrah. Oh, what? You're in. I played out. Thought I got there and been like, no, I'm not really into Kiss or not really into Farrah. These guys would never. So growing up with these guys were great. The Ham grew his hair out. He had Farrah Fawcett hair. He grew it out. Super long hair. Looked like a hot girlfriend. He'd get whistles all the time. And his sister was. And she was beautiful. We were all in love with his sister. That's all I remember about the 80s. We had this band that we got together too, which we felt like it was necessary. Taking all these guitar lessons got to amount to something. And trust me, it was to learn Kiss songs. And, you know, Kiss was just this band that everyone said was not gonna, come on. And I wouldn't, if I don't want my kid, in this day and age, if that band came out, I'd be like, no. You do not know. I would have been such a prude. I still am a prude about that kind of stuff, because look where it got me. Look at that. They really were pretty phenomenal, and at the time. And the thing was, there was on my radar there was just really nothing else. It was like, wow, how can there just be only one band, like Kiss? And then all these people don't like them, so then what do they have left to listen to? All these old songs that you've already heard before. None of these people have fire. None of these people are spitting blood. None of these people are doing any of this. Look at this Kiss stuff. I mean, as a kid, parents had no ammo, because, you're right. You're right, we're going to McDonald's. Because it was the same thing. But it was the same thing. Same monologue. I don't know why. Okay, fine. You're right, kids. McDonald's is better. Kiss is a better band. Kiss is better music. McDonald's is the way. And we would just chant cheeseburger, our order. Some people would chant McDonald's over and over. No, we were more presumptive than that. We would chant what our order would be if we were there. Oh, we were awful children. 2 cheeseburgers, small fry, chocolate shake. I still remember that order, because it's still really one of the best things to get there. Unless the Big Mac's an option, which it is, so you just say number 1 and get that thing done. Okay, there you go. There's your McDonald's. There it is. That's the end of the show. A special thanks to Ham and Rass on that, some of those old songs, and also Chris Thorham and some of his great songs on this episode. And that's it. That's episode 7. Take On Me, that was 1985. I want to let you know. There is just so much more to talk about, and I hope you don't mind if we do another. Should we do another episode? If you made it this far, I want you to say, write something, call, just something, just tell me, something to make it easier for the next person, I suppose. And be safe out there. Hot Roll is a show about a life story, but yet is purely fictitious. So any characters, places, or events are completely fictitious, made up, or otherwise didn't happen. None of these people exist, the crows even. So therefore, nor would any sort of legal action exist in relation to said fictitious program that doesn't exist. Demonstratively, it could not produce a pizza for which it could not ever stop eating, and therefore it is not intelligent nor a design. But yet, I cannot stress enough that it is purely fictitious, as to is the said real hard-earned dollars to give other fictitious organizations, cults, or otherwise euphemisms for pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, and sex worker farms that live off the what can we say? Live off the social security system and call it bleeding the beast, guys. But still, and quite clearly, said beast is of fictitious and remains of fictitious origins as yet and heretofore, and I say again that hereto yonder me that. It's all a lie, 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 lie. Our sponsor today is the Leo J. Muir Staircase and Alcohol Rehabilitation. Let us smooth the way for you.